We're at day 3 of the prep. So today we got, it's like our secondary squat day. So we got SSB squats, front squats, and then some like leg extensions and stuff like that. Just mostly doing some quad work. That's our big weakness when it comes to our squats. That's kind of going to be the focus for today. But first we got to do some pin press. I just want to get a couple, just some bench volume in first. Just kind of spread it throughout the week to make sure I'm still benching 4 times a week for right now. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the plan. Feeling pretty decent. Don't want to speak too soon though until I get some weight on the bar and kind of actually see how we feel. So curious to see how bench goes. I am very sore from bench yesterday. Normally not doing that much volume. I did realize after watching back the video and stuff, I realized that my top set, I completely miscounted and only went to 8. I have no clue how I shot for 10, wholeheartedly thought I hit 10, and did not, and I only hit 8. But we're gonna adjust to that. Hopefully by next week we've kind of kind of got more used to the volume and stuff like that, so I won't take too much of a hit by adding those 2 extra reps and still trying to keep RPE. Because if that was 10, we would have paced.
Back in the city where the lights stay wild. Bass hit heavy, got a club on top. Shorty too bad, got a dangerous smile. On the headline, maybe not just stop. Pull up clean, no stress on me. Wrist on cold, neck like sea. Boys talk tough, but they fold on beat. I don't play fair, just play the lead. Late night text like, where you at? Told her on the way, I move like that. No brakes, no cap, I'm built to last. She want one more round, I told her bet fast. Don't sleep till sunrise, ride with me. Lights down, low, move silently. Girl, you got that fire, breathe. So don't let go, just ride with me. Hands on me like gravity. Let's get lost in ecstasy. Hands on me like gravity. Yeah, let's get lost in ecstasy. Champagne spill on a ball main tee. She a 10 in the face, got the soul I need. Talk sweet, but she don't play cheat. She a queen, but she move like street. We just vibing rooftop nights. Won't live when we take flight. Say she love that thrill, that fight. Put on the storm, not the light. Hopped out looking like a young icon. Gold frames on with the diamonds on. Never need love when I'm dialed in. Shorty said you glow, yeah, I'm wild. Don't see till sunrise, ride with me. Lights down, low, move silent. Girl, you got that fire, so don't let go, just vibe with me. Hands on me like gravity. Let's get lost in ecstasy. Hands on me like gravity. Let's get lost in ecstasy. Let's get lost in ecstasy. Let's get lost in ecstasy. You the type to get me caught up in a flame. No rules, now we just play the game. In the fast lane, switching through the rain. Heart be loud, calling out your name. Do the run to get it, fake move, yeah, move, yeah. No sleep till sunrise, ride with me. Baby, you move silent. Girl, you got that fire,
Try not to talk as much.
hands on me like gravity. Let's get lost in ecstasy.
And succeed more from doing this style because it requires so much across week analysis, not in terms of complexity, but in terms of honesty and getting a second set of eyes and seeing like, okay, why does squat move a little bit worse this week than next week, and making an absurd decision across week, continuing, and ultimately for some people, just work. That's another big factor. It's just boring. So I'm gonna get to the points where I would recommend using this style the most, because actually almost no matter what the pure social style you use, I think there should at least be a handful of styles that are completely static. I think most people intuitively know that, because for example, on regular sessions, not everyone's gonna always have to use even if they're squats. Well, you just have that you're going instead. Yeah, I think that's pretty intuitively in your practice. But I do think that there's another small twist, and that is obvious for actually putting all these cardio stuff on. And that's something like a hack squat or a flat squat or a leg press. I've seen a lot of powerlifting coaches complain that a lot of people undershoot their accessories as far as heavy accessories like a hip squat. The reality is, if you're programming 3 sets of 8 at RP8 for each individual set, every single week, in addition to these squats and scientific diabetes for all these movements, they're not going to hit 3 sets of 8 for true RP8 because that's incredibly hard to consistently do. They really are weak. And that's one thing that can become a problem with programming. Is like maybe you have to set things first with the way that's very sustainable, that's exciting, and then once we do it, like that, that can be very effective. And especially yes, it's more muscular development, but it's also movement. That's movement beyond simple. There's something in the ways that really becomes natural. Static, and we make a decision of what to do. So that is a really good part because you really realize that these are the 8 on the next one. That first thing you want to do why you can feel. And yet actually be the most simple experience to reps sets. And then you made the 16 rep sets. Made it work to a 3 by 8 and then ran it up. It's kind of the most the difference in your and ultimately they're all in the basic
so that your shins end up at 90 degrees where the position should be in sumo, is to look into a mirror, get into your starting position,
pretty much wrapping up this workout. All things considered, I mean, we're supposed to be like an RP 8 day. I mean, 7 to 8 is what I'm shooting for. We were at 7 to 8. I don't know. It's kind of boring to watch this type of training. I feel like watching these like days that are just kind of monotonous. Everything's just solid, straight set, something crazy. But it's where a lot of like the work happens. I feel like this is where a lot of the growth can happen. Especially if you're very intentional on how you focus in and stuff. So, yeah, I thought bench went really well. Pin press. I've always really liked the pin press. I take it in and out from time to time. So, liking it still. So we're gonna keep it in for a while. At least this block for sure. So that went really well. SSB squats. I didn't record the first set. I don't know why. What happened? But did not get recorded. But SSBs went really well. I felt really good with that. Felt like I got a lot of direct quad work. Or what I should say, I got a lot of quad work while still getting a lot of, even like a lot of like lower back is what I felt mostly for that, which was fine. But yeah, front squats, phenomenal. Love front squats, so that one great. Was really able to focus on my quads. Again, that's what we're trying to build up this day. I'm gonna take like my lower body day, or my main lower, so like my main squat and deadlift day. I want to take that day and I want to kind of spread everything out and hit everything. And then I want to have a day to really hit my quads and the day to really hit some posterior chain stuff. So today is quads. So that's why we did a lot of the SSB, good secondary movement for my squat. Personally, like it better than high bar. Just feel like it's a little bit more comfortable to do. So I really like that. Glad I got that bar. And then front squats, I think phenomenal exercise for quads, especially a compound lift. So I'm able to put tons of pressure on my quads. So, and if you notice too with the front squats, what I try to do my best. Now I got to breathe at some point, but I try to keep the tension, pretty close. So even coming back up, a lot of times I'm not coming to fully reset. It's like the second that I'm up and back down, and then coming out of the hole immediately. So that way it's like almost like a constant pump. It's just constant tension on my quads. That's what the goal is, and stuff like that. So, but we got some lat pull downs. All right, now my original plan, and this is why I think it's really important to sit down and have a program and have a plan in place. Something in mind that you want to do, but be able to adjust it kind of as you go and be smart with it. So on paper, I was looking at everything, and after like really looking at it, and then so far doing 3 of the days, I'm starting to see like, where my holes were at. So I didn't notice it until this morning when I went in. I'm like, adjust that a little bit. Like, yeah, if I can sit down and really look at it, that's really when the things can kind of hit me, and I can go, okay, no, I see where my flaws were at and stuff like that. And that's why we got to be able to predict as best as we can on where we're gonna be or where we want to be, with our program and stuff like that. But we're not able to predict everything, and nor should we try our hardest to predict every variable and exactly how we think we're gonna feel and stuff like that. Again, I didn't think I'd have this much fatigue and soreness in my pecs, but I did. Just from like the load of yesterday, the volume of yesterday. I think the volume was the big thing. That's I didn't anticipate that, and nor could I ever have. So getting into the day and realizing that like doing 10s on a pin press were just not there, but also look at it and go, well, I did prescribe 10, 10, 10, and 12. Maybe I need to switch that up. And looking at it more too on even looking ahead a little bit on Larson press, going, okay, well, I felt this way today. Maybe, not going hard today on bench, having a day off tomorrow, and coming back on Thursday to do Larson. Maybe my bench will recover a little more, so maybe I am able to do like more of a top set and then some back offs. Now, that being said, does not mean that I am going to do that. That's where my head's at, and we'll see when we get in. Because I know that I do want to do a top set on close grip. So I want to have a hard close grip set as a top set that I progress very similar to my competition bench, but I don't want to go too hard, obviously, but I don't want the Larson then to affect that. So, we got to take time to sit and really look at things and really think, was this the right thing I should have done? Should I change it up? Now, what I don't want to do is get into next week and go, I want to do 6s instead on pin press. That's not the point. The point is to still stick to the plan and stick to what we need to do. But that initial, within this first week, I should be able to pick up flaws, through the program, or at least for this block. And then for the next 3 weeks, you need to do exactly what I have came up with, because to have the picture of what we want to do, and then leaving room for error, and then that first week by experiencing it, we can like grow from that error. And then for the next 3 weeks, that's the box that we have. Now, the next block, if we want to change things, that's where we're going to change things on top, separately. So, because we still want to stick to the plan, we still want to get, whatever. I don't want to get to week 3 and go, well, I'm too fatigued to do that. Like, no, it's not really about that, but it's about, okay, well, I saw the initial hole that I had. Now, anything that comes later with fatigue or anything like that is probably what I need. But I don't want to for right now, I didn't want to overshoot. I don't want to, I don't want to do too much, create too much fatigue on week 1. So if I can cut the fatigue kind of now and let it build through the block, it makes more sense in my head. So yeah, we're not going to mess with it too much. I just wanted to make a point to talk about the fact we had to sit and give a different, look at it through a different lens, and the lens of experience, actively experiencing the program, and going from there. Now this should work too, that by the second, third, and definitely the fourth block of this, this meet prep, we should be pretty dialed in. We should be pretty well with experience of, okay, well, there might still be times we try this or try that, but now we can really look at it and go, well, that didn't work on block 2. I had to change that up, so I'm gonna steer away from that. You know what I mean? But it's kind of where I'm at with it. Tomorrow is a rest day, which is gonna be great. I'm gonna come in still. I'm just gonna do mobility stuff. Do what I like to do for rest days is my normal warm up. So I might even post a video of my warm ups and stuff like that tomorrow, and just get in here, do my warm up, just go through routine. It gets everything moving. It gets my hips moving, my shoulders, triceps, all that stuff. My elbows, just get everything moving. Just do more mobility, just to keep myself limber and able to move around, and whatever, not get stiff and sore and too much. So we'll still come in and do that. That takes me about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But we're gonna come in tomorrow, do that, and then pretty much after that, it's just a bunch of rest and stuff like that. And then we'll be back in on it on Thursday for some Larson press. So what I got: Larson, axle bar, got some rows for my back, and then some split squats. So that's pretty much where we're at. It's the end of the video. Hopefully it isn't too long. We'll see when we edit this stuff, but yeah, still no outro, so yeah, that's it.